Welcome to the Spirit Spa Sanctuary's guided meditation. My name is Karen Packwood and I'll be your journey guide. Today we'll be focusing on the core emotion of fear, an often overwhelming emotion experienced in the early stages of breakdown that leads you to wonder if you'll ever feel well again. Throughout today's journey together, I'll be helping you to understand why the fear is present in your life so that you can transform it into a calm understanding of what you need to do next to rebuild a flourishing life for yourself. I'd like you to begin by bringing yourself to a comfortable space where you know that you won't be disturbed. Once comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath. And I'd like you to notice your breath coming into your body and out of your body. You don't need to change anything. Just notice the breath coming into your body and the breath coming out of your body. And as you breathe in, I'd like you to imagine that you are breathing in a beautiful white light. This is the white light of love and healing. And each time you breathe out, I'd like you to imagine that you're breathing out all that no longer serves you. You don't have to know what this is. Just give permission for all that no longer serves you to leave your body, leave your being, leave your presence. And once more, allow yourself to breathe in the beautiful white light of love and healing. And as you do so, you might feel yourself growing, stretching. You might feel yourself naturally wanting to twist, to stretch, to yawn, to elongate your body. Just allow your body to move and expand in any way that feels right for it. And if by any chance you feel naturally drawn to sleep, to doze off, don't worry. I just allow the meditation to continue as it will be working for you naturally in your unconscious state. And as you breathe out, I'd like you to breathe out all that no longer serves you. And you might like to imagine that this is leaving your body as if it was some kind of white smoke or a white cloud. And you just see this leaving your body and floating away from you, lightly, as if it's floating away, as if it were as light as a feather. And you can see it floating away far off into the distance, over the horizon, until it is no longer part of your existence. And once more, I'd like you to breathe in this beautiful white light of love and healing. And this time, as you breathe it into your body, I'd like you to allow it to travel to all of the parts inside your body that are really ready to experience some form of transformation, of increased harmony, of a deeper sense of peace and trust. And you don't have to know where these are or what they are within your body. Just give permission for this beautiful white light of love and healing to naturally travel to the parts of your body, the parts of your being, the parts of your spirit, the parts of your wellness, the parts of your breakdown that are requiring it. And with your next out breath, I'd like you to feel your body growing taller, broader, wider. Allow it to expand, allow the cells to expand, the muscles to expand, your tendons, your ligaments, your organs, your energy, your spirit. Allow it to all expand and stretch. And feel it becoming more and more peaceful, more and more relaxed. And allow all that no longer serves you on an even deeper level to be released from you. Deeper and deeper the release becomes. Wider and wider your body feels. More and more grounded, more and more strong. And this time, as you breathe in this beautiful white light of love and healing, I'd like you to feel it around your body. So this time it's not just coming into your body, but it's going above your body, below your body, and all around your body. This beautiful white light of love and healing. Feel yourself growing taller, wider, cleaner, calmer, more tranquil, more serene. And as you breathe out all that no longer serves you. Let it float away, fly away, fall away with no effort. And you begin to feel lighter, brighter. And then I would like you to imagine that you can feel a beautiful forest of trees gathering around you. They can be whatever type of trees you prefer. Perhaps they are pine trees. Perhaps they are solid oak trees. Perhaps they are elegant birch trees. Allow them to be whatever kind of tree comes to you. Perhaps trees that you know and are familiar with and love deeply, or perhaps imagined trees, maybe mythical trees. Allow whatever trees wish to come forward to surround you in a protective circle, Mother Earth's protective circle. And feel yourself as if you were seated on the earth within the circle of these trees. Strong, solid, natural, in your purest state, your purest form. And you feel at one with these trees. They are not separate to you. They are part of you, and you are part of them. You have their strength within you, the strength of the trunk, the strength of the branches, the deep strength of these trees' roots, who all stand firm against storms. Feel the strength, feel the roots. And as you connect with the roots of these trees, connect with the roots of your spirit, deep, powerful. And I'd like you to imagine that from the roots, from the soles of your feet, you imagine beautiful golden roots unfurling, travelling deep down into the earth beneath you, unravelling, stretching, expanding, and this feels liberating and empowering. Allow the roots of both feet to unfurl deeply until they connect in with the centre of the earth, the power of the earth. And as they connect in with the centre of the earth, they connect you in with the power of the entire universe. You connect into the universe in a state of oneness, a state of purity, a state of beautiful being. Come back to your breath and notice your breath coming into your body and out of your body, that beautiful white light of love and healing expanding you, and breathing out all that no longer serves you on an even deeper level. And then I would like you to connect in with the space between you, within this sacred circle of trees, and the trees themselves. And within that space, This is the space of insight, healing, kindness, compassion, truth, recovery. This is the place for you to come into a deep connection with your breakdown on the most loving level of all. And this time, as you breathe in, I'd like you to breathe in into connection with your fear. This is an emotion that you are probably strongly connected with at this moment in time. And I'd like you to give it permission to come forward at whatever level feels most comfortable for you. This is not something that you have to force. This is not something that you have to push beyond the boundaries of your comfort and wellness. This is something that you can do in a way that feels most authentic, natural, kind, and safe to you. So you invite your fear to step forward at the level that feels right for you today. And I'd like you to notice where you feel it. Which parts of your body is holding on to this fear? And it might be many places. It might be in many of the broken shards of your sense of being at this moment in time. It might be in your fragility. It might be in your state of overwhelm. You might feel it in certain parts of your body, your back, your chest, your throat, your eyes, your stomach. It might be in your legs or your feet or your toes. Where is your fear showing up today on a physical level? And just take a moment, and if it feels too strong at any point, just take it down a notch. Or if you feel you want to connect with it in a little bit more strongly, you can dial it up a notch. You're completely in control of this, but do what feels natural and right for you. And keep breathing. Keep the breath going, allowing the fear to have some kind of movement, some kind of continuity. So it isn't stuck, it isn't solid, it isn't paralyzed, it isn't trapped. It's part of your breath of life. It is normal for us to go through life feeling a range of emotions, from the greatest joys to the darkest fears and terror. In our state of breakdown, we're often connected with the more difficult emotions, most prominently. But they are still part of the breath of life. So welcome your fear forward as part of your breath of life. And now allow it to show itself to you more strongly, not only as a feeling, but perhaps it could reveal itself to you as a shape or a colour or a person or an energy or an object. Allow it to just almost step out of you, away from you, so you become a separate entity to your fear. And I'm going to be quiet for a moment to allow you to do this. And in a moment's time, I will come forward with your next piece of guidance. And so as you allow fear to separate from you slightly, Notice how it has revealed itself to you today. Notice where it is standing in relation to you. Is it in front of you? Is it behind you? Is it above you? Is it below you? Is it to one side? Is it close to you? Is it far away? Where is fear in relation to you? And then, if you feel comfortable, allow fear to just grow a little bit, to expand a little bit, just so that you can see it really clearly. And as it begins to expand, only to a state comfortable to you, I'd like you to allow yourself to observe it as an incredibly curious observer. Often we're so overwhelmed by our fear that we're not in a position to really look at it, sort of detach ourselves from it and observe it in an almost neutral way. But I want you today to just take a look at how is fear presenting itself to you today. What can you see? Does anything surprise you? Is there anything that you find positively surprising in how fear is presenting itself to you today? Or is there anything that makes you recoil or feel even greater discomfort? Just take a moment to notice your response to fear. If you have a journal to hand, you might want to make a note of some of those things in your journal. Feel free to pause the meditation, write the notes in your journal, and then come back to the next part of the journey. And now I'm going to invite you to ask fear if it has anything it would like to say to you today. Does it have a message for you? Does it have any guidance for you? Just listen quietly. And again, if you need to pause the meditation to listen astutely, to make notes, allow yourself to do so and then come back to continue the meditation. But what does fear wish to say to you today? And then I invite you to speak to fear. What would you like to say to fear? What would you like to ask fear? I'm going to be quiet for a moment to allow you time to speak with fear. Say what it is you would like to say to it. Ask it questions. What's your purpose in my breakdown? Why are you here? How are you trying to help me? What guidance can you give me towards rebuilding a flourishing life for myself? Perhaps you might like to start with those questions. And if you have any other questions of your own, feel free to use this time to ask fear. I'm going to be quiet for one moment to allow you to do this, and then I'll continue. And know that as you come to listening to the answers that fear has given you, you can use your own free will to decide which things you will take notice of and those which you will disregard. But the invitation now is for you to allow fear to transform. This is an opportunity for fear to transform into something that will be most helpful to you as you step towards rebuilding a flourishing life for yourself following your breakdown. So just take a moment to allow fear to transform into something that is going to be really helpful to you. It might be a specific emotion. It might be a phrase, a sentence, an empowering, liberating sentence. It might be a piece of advice or guidance. It might be a healing colour. It might be an empowering shape. It might be a soothing image of nature. It could be anything that is right for you. So take a moment to allow fear to transform into one thing that will be positive for you as you take your next steps towards rebuilding a flourishing life. See it clearly. Notice how it makes you feel. If it has a colour, notice the colours. If it has a voice, hear the voice, the tone. If it has an energy, connect with the energy. And if there is anything this particular positive element would like to say to you, allow it to speak now and hear its words. Take a moment to write it in your journal if you wish. And if there's anything that you would like to say to it, take a moment to do that now. If you need to ask any further questions for its guidance and support, allow yourself to do so now. And then I'd like you to take a moment to connect with your breath again, breathing in the beautiful white light of love and healing, breathing out all that no longer serves you. And I'd like you to ask yourself, if I was to take the guidance and advice from this particular positive energy that has stepped forward today from the transformation of my fear, what one thing would it enable me to do in order to rebuild a flourishing life for myself? Take a moment to really feel into that, to think about it, to see it, to touch it, to feel it. To imagine yourself doing it if it feels right. A life-enhancing action, thought, behaviour pattern, habit that will help you move beyond your fear. And when you are clear on that, bring your attention back to this transformed fear object. And I'd like you to imagine that you can hold it. You can touch it. You're going to place it somewhere so that in the moments when you feel vulnerable and fear begins to creep in again, you can bring it forwards and reconnect with this positive element of fear. So you can choose that whether to maybe place it into a part of your body so that you know that you're always carrying it with you. Or you might think that you'd just like to place it somewhere in your home. Imagine that you're placing it on your bedside table in a shirt pocket, in your handbag or briefcase, somewhere that feels right and comforting for you. Allow yourself to place it there now, and when you've done so, thank it for all that it has given to your life today in the most positive way. And when that is done, I'd like you to bring yourself back to your breath, breathing in the beautiful white light of love and healing, and breathing out all that no longer serves you. I'd like you to notice your breath coming into your body and out of your body. I'd like you to notice the weight of your body on the surface on which you are either sitting or lying. I'd like you to thank the sacred trees that have gathered around you in protection today, and knowing that their energy and strength is always with you, I invite you to give them permission to step back. And you begin to see them stepping back, fading into the distance far away until they can no longer be seen, but their loving energy is with you and will remain with you. And once they have fully receded, once more bring your attention back to your body, its weight on the surface beneath you. Notice your body moving as your breath comes into your body and out of your body. Bring your attention to any noises that you can hear around you in your immediate environment. Outside of your immediate environment, notice the sounds. And then very gently, I am like you to begin to wriggle your fingers and toes as you begin to bring yourself back into your ordinary everyday life. And as you begin to wriggle your fingers and toes, I'd like you to also then begin to wriggle your body, moving your body and keeping yourself breathing evenly until you feel comfortable to open your eyes, but please don't rush this process. And once your eyes are open, stay gentle and still as you notice the room around you, how the colours are brighter, the objects clearer. And very gently I'd like you to move your head to your left, taking in the objects around you clearly, colourfully. Notice what stands out for you more vibrantly than before. And then allow yourself to bring your head to your right, slowly and gently, also noticing the colours, the vibrancy of the objects, that which stands out for you. And then gently bring your head back to centre and gently look up to the ceiling, but not overstraining your neck. And then bring your head forwards and just lower your chin down so that you can see the floor. Just notice what you can see on the floor, whether it's carpet, rugs, floorboards, grass, sand, whatever it may be. And then bring your head back to neutral. Watch your breath, the gentleness of your breath. Notice how your body feels calm and peaceful, serene. And over the next few days, I'd like you to really connect in with the positive energy that came forward for you as fear transformed. Notice how it positively impacts your life. Take time to write in your journal. And for the next few minutes, I'd like you to take some time to sit with your body, sit with your energy. Allow this transformation to really seep deeply into you. If you want to make notes, you're very welcome to. If you want to just sit still and peacefully, that's equally as powerful. But I'd like you to congratulate yourself on stepping in to connection with your fear. This is not an easy thing to do. It takes courage. And I'd like you to congratulate yourself for having that courage. And remember that you can return to this meditation as many times as you need to, each and every time you feel that fear is overwhelming you. I'd like to thank you for joining me today in the Spirit Spa Sanctuary, an online sanctuary dedicated to supporting you if you're in the early stages of recovering from a nervous breakdown, helping you to understand why the breakdown happened to you, and also helping you to work out your next natural steps towards rebuilding a flourishing life for yourself. I'm Karen Packwood, and I'm wishing you a very peaceful and loving day.